Jackson, babe. I'm attracted.
Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about my Gateway program experience. Well, I think I was in the Gateway program. The reason I say this is because I don't know if you guys been seeing like the TikToks that have been going around. Let me show you guys.
Conspiracy is kids that were sent here were being tested for like psychic abilities.
No way.
Hold on, bro.
If there's like a mole on you, you're sent there.
Oh, it's even crazier than that. What? Gifted education, talented and gifted program. If you remember this stuff, you were probably part of the GATE program.
Yeah.
So these were like the headphones you wear. You would listen to this. Down in the comments if you were part of GATE. Apparently it's huge. Like it was all over North America, US, and Canada, and it was a government like program.
Okay.
Apparently people from GATE are obsessed with this sequence called the Fibonacci sequence. I remember doing work with that. People are saying it's very similar to what happened in Stranger Things. It's to test the minds of kids if they were special or not.
This is the first step along your path to a gateway. A gateway beyond which is discovery. Your own discovery of reality, of truth, of who and what you are. Now a simple preparation. Because of the special audio techniques used, it's important that certain sounds reach your right ear and others your left ear.
So I just showed you guys the whole what's it called? The whole, not the whole thing, but like the beginning of the tape. And does it like ring a bell, guys? Because I remember, okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up is because I saw like a bunch of people, this is all legit, or whatever you call it. It's all legit, guys, and this is like just conspiracies and what I think, okay? So don't come for me. All right, so I was going to like through TikTok, right? And then I was seeing a lot of people were like because I like to look up like conspiracies and shit, and I saw that people were talking about this like thing called Gateway, and then some guy posted this TikTok exactly, okay? Mira, let me show you guys. I saved it because I was just looking up like hella crazy shit, and a bunch of these got like, guys, look, a bunch of stuff that I saved. Can you see? They got like como they got taken down. But anyways, it's funny because they were all like alien stuff. Where is it at? Okay, I found it. So I saw this guy.
Were you pulled out of class and tested as part of the Gifted and Talented GATE program? Here's some deja vu. Listen to this. This is the first step along your path to a gateway. Does that sound familiar? A gateway beyond which is discovery. Your own discovery of reality, of truth, of who and what you are. Do you remember doing the tests with the colored yarn, the audio test? Or did they have you do the flashcards where you were supposed to try and guess the colors and the shapes?
Okay, so you guys saw like the headphones. Okay, so when I saw the headphones, guys, it was just like it clicked right away. I was just like, it was so crazy because the thing is that for some reason I do not have any like really like any memory of when I was like probably like, I don't know, 5 to probably like 8. I don't really remember much, or not that I remember, actually do remember like some, but of my 2nd grade, just because of a certain teacher I had and I loved her. But anyways, so I don't really remember like really like kinder or first, or like maybe some 2nd, but I don't remember much. So I always thought it was like weird, like I was like, oh my god, did I go through something that I just don't remember like what like any of my past or anything. I just thought it was weird. So then when I saw that, I felt like it like unlocked the memory. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then I started remembering shit, because the thing is that, like, I don't know, when you grow up you don't really think much of like your school. I don't know, I just really didn't. And I remember like I always like, okay, so I always growing up, I always got special treatment in school. Like, I don't know, like I just thought I was like such a good kid or whatever that people would give me special treatment. And it all started like probably like, I don't know, kinder or 1st grade. And I remember like for some reason I used, okay, so we got, you know, like they used to, okay, so back then it was, and it's still now too, so it's kind of like weird talking about it, but like back then there was to be like it's called the Gifted and Talented program, and it's called GATE. So it's called so that program is basically for gifted kids and stuff. So they used to like test everybody, like in Los Angeles they used to test everybody in the in schools or whatever. And so like if I guess you were gifted or whatever, they would pull you out of class, and then sometimes they would separate us and take us to another class with more kids. And so I remember that it was like there was a bunch of testing, but I also remember that it was, so I started getting taken out by myself. Like they would just pull me out of class by myself. And I remember that sorry if it moves a lot, it's because I have you guys on top of something. But anyways, okay, so I would get pulled out a lot. And I remember the lady that would come over and pull me out of class, she was always wearing like a suit, like a black suit or something, like kind of like a suit with like a skirt or something, or maybe like dress up pants or something like that, you know. And she always had like a clipboard and stuff. And I used to, okay, so like growing up, I used to tell people that, or like not growing up, but like when I used to talk about my past, I used to say that I used to like play games with the principal. And the thing is, my whole life I thought that was the principal, was because she was like wearing a suit or whatever and stuff. And I remember she used to take me out of class, we would walk the hallways, she would ask me a lot of questions. And this is when I used to go to Jefferson Elementary School. And so I remember that she used to take me out of class, and then I used to think, since like my parents were kind of like not together and stuff, and like at that time they were kind of like having problems, I thought, oh shit, maybe like growing up I thought that when they used to take me out, I thought it was maybe I was like talking to a counselor, the principal or something. I was like, I don't know, they were probably trying to be nice to me. But now like after asking my parents too, they never knew that I was getting pulled out of class, none of that and stuff. And like I guess like now that kids are like, or not kids but like adults are talking about like their experiences, now that like the adults are talking about their experiences with GATE, they're all saying that their parents didn't know either. So I always would ask my dad like, hey, do you guys know anything like that? And he's like, no, you know, blah blah. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I remember like someone would pull me out and stuff. I remember that I would play the Game of Life. That was my favorite board game. And I remember that lady would take me into like, kind of look like if it would be like a, you know, like the rooms for like the people that clean the schools and shit like that. So it looked like one of the little tiny rooms like that. And like it was, okay, so it would be like in between, like kind of like the wall, and it would be kind of hidden, not hidden but like kind of ish, not really, I don't know how to explain it, but it would be like at the end of the school, like in like a hidden room. And like and the room was tiny. It was probably like, I don't know, like maybe just this much, like that, enough to just put a tiny little single like what, couch or sofa or something, and another little one. And then in the back they had like a bunch of board games, puzzles, books, a bunch of shit all around and stuff. Like they had things on the walls. I just remember a bunch of stuff, art and stuff. And then they also the lights were always dimmed. Those rooms had dimmed lights. And at first I thought, I'm like, oh, they probably dimmed the lights for me. Now as an adult, because I would try to be like, think about it and be like, why the fuck, that's kind of weird, you know. So I thought in my head I was like, maybe did they dim the lights so I can get comfortable or what the fuck. But I remember playing like a lot of one-on-one games with that one lady. And then also in that same school they used to pull me out, and then there would be, it was like a back room, and then there was like a bunch of toys, and like it was, guys, it was like a dream for a kid, you know. So it was like a tiny little building, and the lights again were dimmed, and it was the same lady. And she would like, we would sit in the ground, guys, and like they had like a little house, like a playhouse. So, and like at the time I really liked that shit, because you know, like you're little and stuff, and like playhouses were like popular and stuff, like not really like Barbies but like some playhouses and stuff. And like they had like the mom, the dads and stuff. And there was, and the thing that was funny was just that each character, or not character but like each person was like a different race. It would be like Asian people, black people, white people, Latinos, like just a bunch of different people. And they had babies and stuff like that. So I would just be playing while they would be asking me, well, not they, but like her, while she would be asking me questions and stuff like that. I don't remember the questions, to be honest. I don't know shit, I don't remember anything. So then I do remember also, like, I don't know if you guys saw the guy, these cards. I remember these cards. But so okay, so when I saw these cards, the last time I saw these cards was, okay, so my son, I don't know if you guys know, my son's on the spectrum, right? So he got also tested. Like the test that they were doing seemed similar to this. So at first I was like, I was like, that's kind of weird. But I was thinking, okay, so if they were probably doing those tests, I'm like, maybe what about they were testing me for like if I was on the spectrum or if I was autistic. But the only thing is that if you do test your kid for anything like that, you need to get your parents' permission, and they never got my parents' permission. I don't think I was really on the spectrum, so I just think they were just, I don't know, being weird, you know. So I remember those cards. And then I also remember like puzzles. I remember this, guys. Okay, I remember this. Where is it at? They used to do this. Okay, so they used to put a bunch of like little same color little like objects or squares, and then you would have to like either, okay, so this is basically what it is.
This is the first step along your path
Okay,
to a
so you can see
gateway.
that.
A gateway beyond which is discovery.
So you see those little square stuff? Okay, those, they used to put those on the ground, right? And then you would have like a sheet, like a little like sheet like that, right? Hold on. So basically you would have like a sheet like that, and you would have to guess where each one goes at. And then I remember, guys, that I don't know why I would feel like I would have to, because everyone would have to do it fast or something, and I felt like I was getting timed, but I remember feeling rushed, like, oh God, I gotta get it done like quick, you know. And then when every time you would do something correct or like something like fast or anything like that, they would reward you and stuff. So I remember that a lot. I also remember being taken out and then separated from other kids, and they would take me to a little small room with like maybe like, I don't know, like 5 other students in the classroom. Not many students, it was probably like 5 to 4, I don't know, a little bit of us. And then also I remember that when they would take us to those rooms, we would do like, okay, also there was computer rooms. I remember computer rooms back then. The computers were like, they were like, the screens were big, you know, like it was old school shit, you know. It's like with the 90s, because this was all in the 90s, guys. So I remember that they used to like put like the screens, I mean the screens are big. What does that have to do with anything, right? Okay, anyways, I remember they used to every time we would go in there, I already knew what to do. I remember they would give me like back then, like it was, everything was put on a floppy disk, which is like kind of like a memory card or something, you know. So they would give us a floppy disk, and then we would pop it in the computer, and then in each, it would be like, it was a classroom probably like about like 15 computers or 20, but it was only like about 3 of us at a time, or I don't know, it's just, I remember just being like with 3 kids or 4 kids, and it was me, and then like 4 more computers, and then another kid, and then more computers and another kid, and then like more computers and another kid. And then sometimes a lady would come in, like, I don't know, a teacher or something, and like we would play games. I remember playing a lot of games in the computers that okay, so I remember another thing that I thought was really weird was they would take me, sometimes it would be dimmed, I don't know, like, okay, anyways, some people describe, okay, for me it was always dim. Some people said that sometimes they had bright lights, but I remember like always, like after like either playing games or something, they would take me to a room, and I would be facing the wall. So let's say like this is the wall, right? It's just plain, it's plain, no windows, guys. If it was either a room or a bus, I'll say the bus right now. But so if they would take me to a room, the room either, it was just either super dark, or if it had curtains or something. But even if you removed the curtains, it didn't seem like it had a window or something. But anyway, so they would make you guys heard that? Creepy. Anyways, they would make you face the wall, and like it would have like a desk in front of you, and you would just be sitting there with your little chair and your desk and facing the wall. Put those brown headphones on you while you're facing the wall. So you would be facing the wall and wearing the headphones, and then they would play that thing, that like the whatever thingy, they would play it. And then I remember that when that thing would start playing, like you just kind of forget, you know, like, and stuff like that. But there was also other moments that they would take me into like a dark bus, and then also like I remember for some reason I have like a memory of like it's super dark, being a bunch of curtains kind of separating, like dividing. You know how buses, instead of having the windows, they would be like blackened out or something, and I remember like facing the wall there too, or something like that, or like a curtain that they would put over the bus window, and then like a table kind of, and like a seat, and I would sit there and just same thing, you know. I remember at the time like second grade, like, or like first grade, second grade, like Matilda was like popular because it was barely like coming out, you know, I was little. And I remember that I used to think I had powers, guys. I swear I used to like make a pencil, like try to stand up, según yo I had powers. I don't know why I thought that, you know. This is all legit, don't come for me as conspiracies, okay? So let me show you guys real quickie. Oh yeah, I was scrolling y lo pasé. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys this other video. Okay, so it says, remember what they made you forget. Oh shit, can you see? Okay, you see guys how there's like a desk facing the wall? So basically like that. Bonnie, stop. Bonnie. Oh, and now that okay, let me show you guys. Okay, you guys see that? Wait. Bonnie, relax. Okay, see how there's just like a desk like that random? So another thing that I just remembered is that we used to do like a lot of decoding, like we had like hidden codes. We had to find like hidden codes and stuff like that. There's some other people that say that they have experiences, like some other girl has her like gate papers, like when she used to be from the program, and she said that it was a lot of decoding. She did a lot of like it looked like it was a lot of spaceships, I think, and they learned a lot about whales. And one thing, guys, that I hate is whales. I am terrified about whales. A lot of people said that they also would make them drink some like drink, and they said that was probably to make them forget. Is it true? I don't know, but I don't remember a drink. I don't remember the drink. I do remember that I would see that same person. They kind of would follow me from school to school. It stopped like when I was like in middle school, because I remember I was here in the library too, and we used to play games in the library. I also always kind of got special treatment. Like, okay, so right after like first grade, I went to another school called Moffett Elementary, and I was like in second grade, and I was like in this one little class, and the teacher fuck out of me. She loved me. She was like in her early 20s, and guys, she would like there was times I would be like in the lunch line and stuff, and she would come up to me, like, you want McDonald's? And like whisper in my ears. I'm like, yeah. And then she would take me to her classroom, and there was McDonald's already there, and it would be because that classroom was huge. Like it was like 3 classrooms in one. So it was on one corner, it was one classroom, because it was so long, the classroom, like it fit a lot of classrooms in it. And like that, there was 3 my teacher and 2 other teachers, and they also had a favorite, and they also would be there eating McDonald's. So I thought it was like, I don't know, like kind of like I don't know, it was cool, you know. And plus, like I told you guys, I loved Matilda, so at the time I was like, oh, she's like Miss Honey to me. Especially because my parents were kind of like at the time like splitting, so like I don't know, I gravitated to her a lot. And I remember, I don't know why, guys, don't ask me why my parents let her like be around me all the time, but she would babysit me sometimes, guys. I met her family. I don't even remember it, but they told me, like my cousins and my tias were like, oh, remember when she took you to Disney? I'm like, she took me to I guess she took me to Disney. I do remember her taking me to like a crazy art show and stuff like that. Like I remember getting special privileges in school and stuff. Another thing too, I was a little weird kid too growing up, guys. I remember I used to say I had a past life. Like, okay, so I used to, and I completely had forgotten about it until like I think I recently had seen my cousin, and he brought it up to me. He's like, remember you used to say that? And then also my godmother, I used to also tell my godmother that I was a little girl, a little French girl before, and I was from Venice, I think I said, or I don't know what. And then that I used to, like, if I think about the little girl right now, because okay, I'm not trying to be weird or it, but I could still picture her right now, and she has like short hair, and it's orange, and she kind of has freckles all over her face. And then I could see her like standing by like the water, not by the water, but yeah, like the water, I guess. And there's like little boats and stuff like that. And I used to be so fascinated with Venice. And growing up, like I used to tell my godmother, like, oh, we're gonna go to Venice. Like we used to tell each other that all the time. So I still want to go to Venice, but Yeah, so I used to say that when I was little. I don't know, and I was like, where the fuck would I get that from? Like, who did I like? I don't know. And then I probably thought, I'm like, oh, it's maybe because I went to Vegas and I saw the Venetian Hotel. Well, that's all I remember, guys. Now let me know if you guys like kind of like, I don't know, like if it clicked a little bit, or if you guys like remember anything, or if you guys like, I don't know, just experienced anything similar. Please let me know and write it down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.